Hi, this is Dr. Matar. We're going to talk today about how many meals you should really eat. Well, I want to start by giving you some basic principles. Once you understand these principles, you can determine for yourself, for you, what the answer should be. Number one, for health purposes and longevity purposes, we should eat the least amount of food possible. When I say the least amount of foods, I mean the least amount of foods without causing hunger, problems with energy, problems with deficiency of food. So we need to figure out what is that smallest amount of food that is well-rounded, that contains all basic nutrients, vegetables and fruits and everything else, that will give the body what it needs, and stick to that. That's one. Number two, the least number of meals. That's another principle. Why do we need to eat the least number of meals? Because every time we eat, food will have to come from your digestive system to the liver first. The food will get processed in the liver, and then it will be kicked into your circulation, which means it will deliver to the rest of the body. That means every single time you eat, you're actually getting the liver involved. And if the liver is involved in the meal you just ate, it is really hard for the liver to process the toxins in the body, to detoxify the body, to make the body healthy. Okay? So this is why we need to eat the least frequently possible. Now, when we apply this, let's say you're normally eating 3 meals and you decide, okay, Dr. Matar is saying I need to eat once a day. Let me try that. And you have your first meal, say at 10 o'clock or something, but you're hungry again at 4 o'clock. We can't do that. So the third principle is prevent hunger. You eat in a fashion where you're not eating too much and you're not eating too frequently, but you are preventing hunger at the same time. You cannot be hungry. If you're hungry, that means there's a problem. We need to fix it. So you go back to the meals that you've been eating and you add more volume, more vegetables, more starches, more whole plant-based foods, and so forth to make the meal more substantial. Will one meal be enough to sustain you for the whole day? For most people, the answer is no. Maybe 2 meals. So you start the first meal the latest possible. And for you to do that, you may want to have some green leafy vegetables in the morning, blended into some kind of liquid, and you drink this until you're really hungry and you want to eat something. So you have that meal. And as far as the last meal of the day, you probably want to have it between 6 to 8 hours from the first meal. So if the one you're having at the beginning of the day is at 10 o'clock, the next one should be probably no later than 4 o'clock. And if you apply that, which is wonderful actually, that means the liver has 18 hours that's not really necessarily working on the food you just ate, which means the liver can really make you really, really healthy. Okay? Now, what if you eat at 4 o'clock and then you're hungry again before bedtime? Well, do something about it, but the next day you go back to this one meal at 4 o'clock and you modify it. You add elements to it. You add more fiber to it. You add more whole plant-based food to it. And that'll make it more filling and that'll make it last longer. Will it last from 4 till 10 o'clock or whatever bedtime you have? It may or may not do that. In that case, instead of 4, you move it to 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. And if you continue to do that, making your feeding window bigger and bigger and bigger, work on your breakfast time. See if you can have more of those vegetables that will help you push your breakfast a little bit towards maybe noon or something. So the feeding period stays within 6, ideally 6 hours, but it could go all the way up to 8 hours without any problem, you see? And once you have some kind of stable rhythm for this, you can go back and work on it and make that feeding period less and less and less, gradually, until you realize that you're not really hungry at noon anymore. This happens to a lot of people as they continue to do this, which allows those greens to last you till 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And then you realize if you really have a big meal at that time, comprehensive, great meal, you may or may not be hungry again for the rest of the day. This does not happen suddenly. It takes time. If you can eventually achieve that, where you eat everything the body needs so there's no deficiency, and eat once a day, you're a winner. You will gain years, healthy years, longevity, action, activity, travel the world, do whatever you like without being sick or having any disability. And I think that's what everybody wants. Enjoy. Hi, this is Dr. Matar again. If you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe so you can get the future videos. If you're new to the channel, what I do here is I discuss cases of my most successful patients who struggled with diet and exercise, yet were able to achieve at the end of their programs a well, fit, and slim life. I want the same for you, so if you have any questions or comments, please send them my way. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.